Welcome back to the shop. I'm Greg from Masterson's Car Care, and today we're gonna remove some nasty graffiti. Now check this out. We picked up this van from a police auction, and it has some graffiti on it because it was used in a bunch of crimes. I mean, what kind of van wasn't used in a bunch of crimes? So something happened with this van, and it has a bunch of graffiti right on the side. Now, I asked the cops what it is, and they said this is some terrorist group called Antifa. So I really don't want to be driving around a van that says some terrorist group on the side. So we're gonna take off this graffiti, make it look good, and then we're gonna get the van ready for some gigs. Now, how do you remove graffiti? I mean, I was touching this stuff and it was really stuck on there with a fingernail. I mean, I could scratch it off, but it might hurt the paint. I don't wanna hurt the paint. This van's from 2006, so the paint's kind of old, but I wanna make sure it always stays looking good after I take off this spray paint. I don't wanna make sure it's all scratched up and nasty. So how am I gonna do that today? I'm gonna use our Masterson's original Carnuba Wax. Now, we make this in California at our facility, and this stuff truly is amazing. It uses all natural Brazilian Carnuba, and it cleans, it shines, and it protects the vehicle. Now, since it's all natural Brazilian Carnuba, it can actually break down contaminants. So if you have rail dust, if you have road tar, if you have tree sap on your car, it's gonna pull that off. So it should pull off this spray paint. Now come in close, guys, check this out. Now I already went ahead and wiped down this area with our Masterson Super Cleaner, and it didn't do anything for the spray paint. Now I washed the van as well, and it didn't do anything for the spray paint as well. So I'm gonna show you guys how to remove this right today using our Masterson's Carnuba Wax. Now all you need is a bottle of our Masterson's original Carnuba Wax, one of our microfiber premium applicator pads, and then you just need one of your favorite microfiber towels. This is one of our red original microfiber towels. Now the trick to this is you need to use the Masterson's original Carnuba Wax. This won't work with any other wax but the Masterson's original Carnuba Wax. So let's shake up our wax. Let's get all ready. There we go. You always want to make sure you give the wax a good shake. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a good amount of wax on my applicator pad. Now this is not a flat surface. This is a vertical surface. So I don't want my wax falling off. I can't put it on the side of the vehicle. So I'm going to put it right on my applicator pad. Now I'm going to set my wax down on the ground. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to spread my wax on top of this spray paint. Now this spray paint really is on there. I don't know how long it's been sitting there. It's probably been sitting there for a couple of months. But look how I just start to rub the wax into the vehicle, and look how it starts to take off the spray paint. That's incredible. Look at that. This is an easy job to do. Oh, this is gonna be way easier than I thought. I thought I was gonna have to use a buffing machine, but this is really, truly easy. Now I'm getting some black residue here, and that is from the spray paint coming off. But let's just take our microfiber and just give it a good wipe, and oh wow, there we go. Check that out. It's taking off the spray paint. How cool is that? Okay, look at that. Even the area I started to work, it started to take off the spray paint. That's cool. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a little bit more Carnuba Wax. We know this is gonna work, so we're gonna be able to do this whole car so easy. There we go. So let's spread on the Carnuba Wax, and then I'm just gonna start working it in. Now, if you notice, this Carnuba Wax has no abrasive in it. This is actually smooth like butter. And the reason is because we don't use any abrasives in our Masterson's original Carnuba Wax. What's cleaning off the spray paint here is not abrasive. It's actually the all-natural cleaning power of natural Carnuba. Now we import our Carnuba straight from Brazil. We ultra refine it down, and we turn it into this beautiful cream wax that is sold around the world. It's one of our best sellers. Check that out. And we got a lot of residue here. I'm gonna hopefully try and take off this residue. There we go, and look at that. We're taking all the residue off, and this thing is looking fantastic. Look, it even started to work the area that I just spread the wax on, and it started to work it off. That's awesome. Now I remember when this whole area was filled with this stupid A. I mean, this graffiti stuff's annoying. How would you like to buy a van and have graffiti? But the cool thing is we were able to pick this van up super cheap because of this graffiti. Once I saw the graffiti, I was like, hey, we can easily fix that. So I'm gonna take a little bit more of my wax. I'm gonna spread it on. There we go. Look at that, how it works it right off. I'm just using a microfiber applicator pad too. Cool thing is I'm not using a lot of pressure. I'm just using light rubbing, and it's just taking it right off. There we go. Take my microfiber, just give it a good buff, and we're wiping away. Here we go. Now there's some up on there's some spray paint on the line of the ridge of the truck. Now you might not notice it, but I notice it. So I want to make sure I get right in there and clean it off real good. There we go. Wow, that was so easy. Look at that. I was able to pull that off. Easy. Piece of cake. Now I'm going to work some of the letters over here, and then we'll show you at the end what we're going to do, because this is so easy. So I'm going to work a little bit more, and then we will see you in a moment after I finish some of these letters. Okay, so I finished up a good 2/3 of this graffiti removal, and my arms, they really do feel like jelly. I mean, the whole side of this van was completely covered up with this graffiti, and as you can see, or as you could hear, I really do sound tired because my hands feel like jelly rubbing this out. Now I could have got a machine like a Roops polisher or a Porter cable buffer or a dual action polisher and simply just polish this away, but I want to do it exactly how you guys would do it at home if this happened to you, because you don't have to use a machine polisher all the time. You can easily use just a bottle of Masterson's Carnuba Wax and some microfiber products like an applicator pad and a towel, and you can get the job done. So let's keep working on here. As you can see, my applicator is getting pretty soiled, but let's keep going. I'm gonna have to wash this applicator pad later. So let's put a lot of wax on there. Set my bottle down and let's spread this out. Now this is actually coming off pretty easy. What I've been doing is just spreading out the wax on there, and then I just work it in light circles, and look how it starts to just dissipate the graffiti and the spray paint. Now, I don't know what type of spray paint this is, but there we go. Look how it comes off. I mean, I have to rub a little bit harder in some areas because spray paint, it's thicker in some areas and then thinner in others. But look how once the wax gets on the spray paint, it already starts to attack and lift away the spray paint. That's because the Carnuba wax is actually breaking the bond that the spray paint has on top of this vehicle. Now this is actually a clear coat paint, so stuff is not, a regular spray paint isn't really going to penetrate or harm the actual paint of the car, but we got to remove it. We don't want to have a van that says Antifa terrorist group on here, Jesus. So let's buff that off, there we go. And then I'm going to remove it with the towel, and look, it pulled it all off. Surprisingly, it just does it so easy. There we go, okay. Plus, as we do it, we're waxing the van, so it's gonna give it more shine, and already it's looking good. This van needs a clay bar job, but before we clay bar the car, before we wash it even more and get this thing really clean, we really gotta get all the spray paint off. Okay, so let's go, last one, last A right here, here it goes. Okay, I'm gonna put a big line. Let's put a nice fat line, there we go. It's good to use a lot of wax. The wax is really what's doing the job. The rubbing is what's doing the job, but the wax is what's doing the job. Now this A is on there. This is one of the thicker letters, so let's rub this in and see how it takes it off. Okay, see, it's not really working, but if we work it in a little bit more, there we go. I like to go up and down and then like left to right and up and down, left to right, and maybe some circles, and it starts to really break up the spray paint. And then you get these little chunk areas like this one. This is like a little kind of harder area, and you just rub a little harder and it goes away. But if you notice, we let the wax like sit here. Like look, the wax has been sitting here for a minute, and look how it takes it away easier if it's just been sitting there for a little while. Isn't that cool? Now don't worry about the black, that's the paint coming off. There's nothing I can do about that. My applicator pad is just completely covered with paint, because the paint isn't really coming off into the wax, it's actually coming off into this applicator pad. And then I'm wiping away any type of residue that's on the paint. There we go. Oh, man. Whew, okay, I hope you guys can understand. This is a hard job. Like, my arms feel like jello, so. Detailing is not easy all the time. I understand that. That's why we're out here. We're doing this the good old way with just an applicator pad, some Masterson's wax, and a microfiber towel, and there we go. Now, if you're doing this this is a van, so this thing is super beat up. I mean, this thing has like almost 300,000 miles on it. No joke, literally 300,000 miles. And if you're doing this on a nicer car, like a black paint job, and you really want to be careful with how you're taking off this black residue, you can always go ahead and get some Masterson's Waterless Wash and Shine, and you can use this on the surface as well to wipe away that residue, because there we go. Look at how easy the residue wipes away. You get a little bit of Masterson's Waterless Wash and Shine, and it just buffs it off so easy. There we go. Man, this is a big thing. I've done detailing for so many years, and I've actually had to do this on a lot of different vehicles. You'd be surprised. This happens a lot. I mean, these work vans, they sit outside all the time. They might get parked in LA, out in the middle of nowhere. They might be on a job site, and you'd be surprised how many contractors or like construction workers, they get their stuff tagged. Gang members come and they tag up. Antifa comes and puts graffiti on your van. But now look, this thing is completely clean. It's looking good, and really it just needs a good, nice wash and polish, and that's all it really needs. But we were able to get it off today, and we didn't have to use any harsh cleaners. We didn't have to use gasoline. A lot of people would spray this thing with like gasoline and rub it down. Other people would use like acetone or paint stripper, but that could harm the factory paint. These Fords, they have good solid paint from the factory. They're made in the USA. So we could take our made in the USA Carnuba wax and we can put it right on the paint, and it's gonna pull off that spray paint. Now, if this happens to any type of vehicle, you get spray paint or graffiti on your vehicle, if it's on glass, chrome, stainless steel, aluminum, or paintwork, you can easily use our Masterson's original Carnuba wax and get the job looking great. Now, there you go, guys. Now you've seen exactly how we pulled off the spray paint. We made the van look great. If you want to pick up any of the products that we used today on this video, our Masterson's Carnuba wax, our microfiber towels, and our applicator pads, go hop over to our website, mastersonswax.com, where you can get everything you need to get your car looking great. Now, I hope you see you next time, and go ahead and remember to click that subscribe button, and always remember, have fun, stay clean, and keep on detailing.